Can you guys hear me now? I'm a little mad about that because I literally, like, one of the reasons why I started a little bit later was because I was testing to make sure the volume for the game and myself all seemed to be working. And in my test stream, I was able to hear myself. So I'm a little upset that you couldn't hear me when I actually hit the live button. Um, what a freaking bummer. Okay, well, I guess I will try to summarize what I had been talking about a little bit before. Um, since you guys should be able to hear me now, right? Okay, I could hear myself. I don't like to hear myself when I try to unmute the laptop or whatever. Okay, so you guys should be able to hear me. Sorry about that. Gosh, that's super annoying. Ops has been really weird with my microphone. It almost makes me feel like I just need to make sure that it's connected to the device that I have it defaulting onto. So anyways, as I was saying with my little document here, I was talking about, first of all, Enshrouded is for sale. So I was saying it's normally $29 or about $30 or whatever, and it's like a 20% discount now. So you could get it for 24 if you do not have it at the moment. So there's that. And then I was literally just going over, basically what I said was I figure we'll kind of cover some of the like smaller updates just to give it a little bit more time for people to kind of come in, because sometimes people don't get, the notifications right away. So we'll kind of let people trickle in. We'll cover some of the like, minor item updates, and then we'll get into, like the main features, basically building with water, and then maybe explore a little bit of the Vale Water Basin, which is the new biome. So I was literally just talking about the first bullet, and it's kind of categorized under this weapons and skill points that I have in my fancy smanchy little update notes that I wanted to cover. And so what I was saying was it looks like there was an overhaul of the weapons, the rings, the shield, and the armor. They just had inconsistent stats and incorrect perks and stuff like that. And so I was saying that unless you really know your rings and what the stats were, I don't think the changes that have been made are going to be all that detectable. But I had mentioned, for me, I remember that lifeless ring, this one here. This one had the 6% life leech, and if I recall correctly, that was the only one, like the only perk or stat that it had associated with the ring, and so I think the 6% poison resistance was added. And funnily enough, like I always carry a ring that has some kind of stamina regeneration and then health regeneration, and even though I carry these on me all the time, I don't remember what the specific numbers were that were associated with these rings. So I can't even tell myself if there's been like an update associated with these rings. So again, it's just, if you know the rings and shields and all the perks that are associated with those items, then you would be able to notice it, but it's kind of hard to really point it out specifically as we're going through the game. Okay. So then the next one I wanted to go over, again, pull that up. Weapons have been reevaluated in terms of stats and perks to better match their appearance and fantasy. I think that also just kind of goes along with the above bullet that I have. But there are new arrows that you could get with the hunter, and most notably it's the steel and the bronze poison arrows. Is that new? I feel like that is. It's possible that I just reached the Albanese summits and maybe those have always been a thing, but where is our hunter? Let me just at least show you what she's got on her. Where's my summoning staff? Let's get her over here. This is also part of the new update too. So now it used to be you had to hit tab to pull up the survivor that you wanted to summon. But now it's pretty much identical to the building construction mode. So you still hit tab to kind of pull up your survivors, but then you want to hit alt to kind of switch between the different people that you have. Oh. Wow. So like these are all the survivors that I have. I haven't placed like any of these new villagers really at all. And then how do you like you hit like nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, yeah, and then you just kind of go through the hotkeys to pick them up. Okay, so we wanted to get the hunter, for instance. Not her. You. Okay. So. And they all have like new quests now to kind of open up the new biome. So this is what I noticed, like these two things I noticed were new in my inventory when I came in yesterday. But like I said, I tried not to really mine a whole lot of new materials because I wanted to be able to capture like the new recipes that you unlock when you go into the new region. And so I do think that these possibly were because I did get steel bars, so maybe this isn't a new thing. I think once we go to the Veilwater Basin and we start mining for new materials, we should be able to unlock new arrows. But the poison bronze arrows, I don't remember being a thing, and I've had access to the plain old bronze arrows for quite some time. So I'm kind of noticing that that is something that's new. Yeah? I have only really gotten as far as like the Kindle waste in my game so far. So there's some things that I think I don't entirely have access to. Okay. What I think is funny too is when I covered the last update, I was in the process of moving, and I was also moving in the Nomad Highlands, and I'm doing that now with my new game since I had to start all over again. So it's my place is a mess. There's like beds all over the place. And all of my storage items are kind of all over the place. So yeah. Let's see what is next on the list. What did I want to do? Okay, so you should be able to see that. So we just went over the new arrows. All right, the lore weapons can now be crafted at every tier once unlocked. And I used the blacksmith, Yin, and hunter as the example. So what do we mean by that? Okay, so let's go check out the blacksmith. What has he got? Now you will see, we'll talk about these in just a little bit. There are new water utilities that you could get through all the different survivors, mostly the blacksmith and the carpenter. But as far as the weapon update goes, from what I remember, again, it just means that every single, like, kind of lore weapon that you get that's associated with, like, some of those mini quests, you could actually start to craft, so you could have more than one at a time without going through, you know, the quest again, or finding it in the chest that it's associated with. So yeah, so these are all things that are new for sure. So these were all associated quests, and these will now pop up. So if you wanted to just have a whole bunch of whaling blades, for instance, you could just make it through the blacksmith. So that's kind of cool. And it's the same thing with her. You know, you could get the bow, and then the staff that she had as part of the Lunar New Year update. All right, next on the list. Okay, the new biome Veilwater Basin introduces new resources like building materials, quest survivors, and skill points. The main thing I wanted to highlight before we actually go into the Veilwater Basin biome is the thing about the skill points. So I kind of noted that there's a couple of different skill points that you can unlock in your skill tree. And that includes, like, this one here, the splash dive. This allows you to perform an invasive dash while swimming or diving. That one's kind of more of an advanced skill, but it's still something that you can get. If you go to the inner circle area, there's this one here, Fisherman's Resolve. It increases your fishing endurance by 30%. Allows for extended battles with hooked fish. So this is one of the earlier game skills that you could kind of unlock. And there's probably a ton others that you can find. Like this one here, looks like it's probably a new skill. Water ore, just because the theme of it is water. So that says you can emit a healing aura that heals you and all your injured allies within 15 meters. The healing skills with your intelligence attributes and restores 1 health per 2 points of intelligence. So there's that one. One that I did see, and I feel like this is new, but again, like, since I'm not on the outer skirts of my skill tree, I'm not too sure, but there's this one where you can add an additional food slot. I feel like I would have recognized this one as I was, like, trying to update my skills or unlock them. Just because there's a cake as the icon. So this one looks like it's something that's totally new, and that just increases your food slot. So instead of 3, you have 4. So and oh gosh, I'm gonna die. I have my my hunger set to active. I don't have it inactive, so I have to feed myself, otherwise I'll die. All right, so I'm just trying to pull up the next item. Okay, so let's see. You can select variable ingredients for recipes. For example, if you want to make charcoal using different wood and dirt, then you can just hover over the ingredient you want to change the recipe. The same can be done for other crafting items, including the workbenches, altars, and some other things. It seems to be anything that has dirt, stones, or logs. Or plant fiber, then you can kind of choose what type of dirt and logs that you want to use, which I find really helpful just because I collect anything and everything that I could find. And so sometimes I feel like I collect too much of a resource and then I have like no use for it. And so if we wanted to make, like I said in my example, charcoal, I just happen to be needing a lot of charcoal because I've been needing a lot of the bricks to make for different building blocks. What you can do is now just click on it and you can select the type of wood that you want to use. And so I wanted to really use my hardwood because I collected a bunch of that, but there aren't really any building things that I like that can be crafted that use the hardwood. So it's nice to be able to kind of use it up so you could use it for charcoal or whatever. If I wanted to change that up with some other type of dirt, I could. So let's just go ahead and try that out a little bit. Watch it in action, I guess. So let's get, I think I have like maybe some Rebelwood dirt somewhere and some other type of wood. Don't know if I'm going to actually have enough Rebelwood dirt because I think that's it. Oh, that's the Albanese dirt. See what else we got. No, I can't use any of that. Nope. Oh, but this is something new. Now you can get the Shroud relic, and if I'm remembering correctly, it's from the fell that's in the Vale water basin. So that's a new thing that you could collect. I still have no idea what you could use it for. But that's a thing. They're dropping a whole bunch of stuff. All right, let's use some of the palm wood. And then I guess we'll just use maybe just the regular dirt, or maybe I could just see. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and use the regular dirt. So we'll just stick it in there. And I already had it selected. I'm just curious though. I think we'll have to wait until, because it does seem like you put it in and then select it. Oh, I wish I didn't put that in without testing that out. I should have like selected hardwood first or something. I think you guys probably get the point though. So we'll go ahead and put all that stuff away. Actually, should probably put all of this other stuff away. All right, I'm just pulling up my handy dandy list again because I don't remember all that's next on here. Okay, so we already went over this one here, but this one I think is kind of nice because you're going to find that you have a lot more room in your storage units. It just seems like I think I have basically like each slot is able to hold more of your items and stuff. So I use the example that I think the cloth used to be, you could hold 20 pieces of cloth per inventory slot. Now it's something that's like significantly higher. And I think I could have swore that there was a storage container that I haven't really tried to organize. So let's just see if I hit G, this might actually reduce, yeah, it might open up more slots for me. So let's just see what happens. Yeah, so like tin was set to a maximum of 50 and now it can hold, what I have now is 210, but I'm assuming it's probably a lot higher than that. It's probably going to be again 200 and 250 pieces. And then it seems like for your dirts and your rocks and stuff like that, it's all going to be right around 1,000. So I really like that update, just for the fact that now you could store a shit ton of stuff and you don't have to have as many cabinets or chests or whatever kind of all over the place. Sorry, I just want to get rid of those. I'm pulling up my list again. Just moving on through. We're almost going to get to the water. We're almost there. So then the next one is the custom map marker widget in the world map now shows the number of currently placed markers and the maximum. Right click on the map. Oh yeah, so this is me just giving myself instructions so I know what to do, because otherwise I'll forget. So what I am saying here is, and this is kind of like a new feature that I didn't really even know how to utilize and stuff in this game, but like, you know, when you look at your world, you have all of these markers where you probably keep maybe a Word document or an Excel file. I keep a Word document of what each of these little symbols mean. But if you hit number 2, you could see on the right, the top right corner, if you hit number 2, you get all of these like map markers that you could kind of filter and stuff. So if you wanted to just see like, oh, where are all of the hidden temples, you could just focus on that and then hit back, and then you could just kind of see where all of those are. So it kind of starts to clean up all of the stuff. Clear it, and then what is it that I said in my instructions? I can't remember now. Oh, yeah, so if you wanted to create a new marker, right here, it has a maximum of 1024 markers, 1024 markers. So I have 134 markers all across Emberville right now. I still have plenty of room to create a couple more, couple more. And this is like total, so it's not like if I hit a different marker that the numbers change and stuff like that. So there's that. Now, one thing that I do think is interesting is, as of right now, like when I look on this map, even if I clear everything, is there a way to just get rid of everything? I could have swore there was, and now I'm like forgetting how to do that. No, I don't think that was it. I could have swore like just a little bit ago I was able to get rid of everything. But anyways, my point to this is there's this like marker for basically water. But if you look all over the place, you don't see any of that. And that's even including the area where it has like the biggest, a source of water, which is this Dragon Dream Lake. So I think that's something that they're going to add eventually, but they haven't done it yet. And the other reason why I know that is because there is a lake right there. That's what this blue marker is. And like, if I get rid of this marker, it doesn't show up at all. So, yeah, I think they're probably going to add that. I feel like they might have just forgot to add where the water is. So those were some of the like items that just sort of caught my eye. They're super like minor, but I think, they were just kind of interesting, and they were sort of easy to show for the live and everything. So Cat Bee Ninja. Oh, did you, you're talking about the whole filtering thing on the map? Yeah, I don't remember ever seeing that. That seemed to be like a new thing. And I feel like I usually, if I see any, anything like on the periphery of the screen, I try to play around with it just to see what it looks like. But yeah, this is a new feature that you can kind of play around with, make it a little bit easier to find things. Yeah. So, and then I think we're about ready to get into the big stuff, like the water stuff. So, goodness gracious, the sun is setting. I have this game set on custom mode right now, where I think it's supposed to be daylight for an hour, and then the nighttime is only like 4 minutes or something like that. So I think, though, since it's like gonna be night soon, maybe I'll just go to sleep. I feel like sleeping will make it become daytime a little bit sooner than if I just wait. But before the sun goes down, I guess we could talk about the fillable jugs. So if you look in my hotkey bars, I have 2 jugs, right? These water pouches. The way it used to work in the game is you were able to hold 100 jugs as like just a static item in your inventory. And in each inventory slot it was 100 jugs. Now you just have 1 pouch. And the way like the update has changed that feature is if you, let's say you had like 300 jugs of water, meaning you took up 3 inventory slots, you now have 3 water jugs. So you could delete some of these if you really wanted to, but that's the main thing. And then you could see I can drink and then I could refill, right? And I will show you guys. So drinking is the right button, and then refilling, you want to have it stay equipped in your hand. And then you hit the... Wait, drinking is the left button. Refilling is, you have to hold the right button. And then you can see the bar is kind of able to fill up. Since I have my jugs full, it's kind of hard to see. I don't know if I have maybe any extra ones that are like empty. That might be a thing. I don't think so. I don't think so. That's where they would be, I suppose. Was there anything? I think there might have been something else to talk about. Oh, well, you could also, you'll see it also when you come up to a body of water too, where if your jug is empty, you could also refill it by clicking the right button once you're like in water. So you could refill your pouches through the wells and then some of the bodies of water. Along that line, I was finding that bodies of water, first of all, they're in like all of the biomes now. It's not just the Dragon Dream Lake area. But they aren't like super numerous. They are kind of hard to find. Like I was able to find 2 in the Springlands. I think there is one pretty close to the Noman Highland spires. Let's see if I think you can see it from the top of the spire. I tried looking all over the Revel Woods and I wasn't able to find anything. So they are kind of hard to find, but they do exist. Yeah, see, you see it right there. You see, guys, you see it right there. We'll just go dive down to it. So there's one here. And this one looks like it's kind of deep. Like, let's just go. Yeah, there's nothing really here. Per the update, they did say that you could do some exploration down there. I feel like they're, let's see, I haven't seen anything about whether or not there's some kind of like scuba gear that you could equip or anything like that, so you know you could stay underwater longer. Maybe that's something that's in the works, but I haven't seen anything about that yet. The other thing is, I don't know if these will unlock something new. I will say I accidentally pulled something that was by the water. I don't know if it was these or if it was cattails, but it's called reed paper, and that like unlocked a whole bunch of different recipes. But let's see what happens. Okay, so this paper reed, I said reed paper, but yeah, so you do unlock something when you pluck it the first time, but I already did that accidentally. I've been trying my hardest, like if anything looks super new, I'm trying not to like touch it until I was actually live streaming so we could actually see what is unlocked. But this paper reed or reed paper, what is it again? It's paper reed. Okay, this is one of the things that's like a plant fiber where if a recipe normally had just plant fiber, you can now switch it out for the paper reed. So there is that. All right, well, since we're going to start to kind of hop into the next area where we're just talking specifically about the water and the new biome, let's go back. We'll go back to the base and we'll sleep, just kind of speed up and get the daylight to come back again. But I do want to say that you can now go fishing. So once we get back to the base, we can make a fishing rod because I'll have all those materials already in my magic chest. And then you can make a more advanced one through the hunter right now. And I'm sure that probably, I think the new survivor is like a captain of some sort that's over in the new biome. I'm pretty sure that you will be able to unlock a whole bunch of recipes that are associated with making your fishing experience better. But we haven't, Heather hasn't done that yet. But let's go back to the base and we'll at least craft those 2 fishing rods. And maybe we can come back here and see how the fishing goes. Otherwise, there's a lake right over here, and that's where I have a couple of things set up so we could talk about playing around with the water features in your base. But yeah, let's go back to the base that doesn't really have any water. Let's just get those rods crafted. Did they change anything with crafting? Okay, did they change anything? You know, as far as recipes go, I don't know if you were here when I covered this, but like there are some items where now you can select different materials for your recipes. So you can now make charcoal, for instance, using, it used to just be the springlands, dirt, and then wood logs. Now you could choose any kind of different logs and dirt to make your charcoal. And it's also like that for your altars. So you can switch up any kind of material, you know, like I was saying before, I was collecting the hardwood quite a bit, not really knowing what you could craft with it, and it kind of turns out that I don't need the hardwood for any of the items that I feel like crafting, so I have an excessive amount of hardwood, so it's kind of nice to know that I can now make charcoal out of that type of hardwood, and the same could be said about like a lot of these different stones where it's like I just don't have that much of a use for them because my building blocks don't require those materials. So that's kind of the things that I noticed. And then that paper reed is usually like, I wonder if, yeah, like for string, it used to be you could only make it with the plant fiber. Now the paper reed is a new kind of plant material in the game, so you can now make it out of paper reed. So that's kind of nice. The other thing I did notice as far as recipes go is let's go and talk to the farmer.
Yo.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh, Emily. I need to change her settings so she doesn't run around and get lost so much. Let's try summoning her. I'm still kind of getting used to this whole setup. Oh, there she is. Oh, well, we'll just bring her over here. No, wait. Where are you going?
Hello.
She's just looking at the wall. She's so silly. Her voice sounds different now, too. I feel like they added, like, new, emotes. And not emotes, but, like, more, like, she's making different noises. Like, she's making a different laugh, I feel like. So there is that whole thing. But what I did notice with another recipe change was the cat food. I think this is the cat food. It requires a fish now that you can only get while going fishing. I think that's the only recipe. Some of these look like they have more items. Like I kind of, well, actually, I haven't really domesticated a bird, so I don't know if this recipe has changed much, but this for sure has. It used to be, I think, the cat food bait had just like, you know, the chicken wing looking meat, wolf meat, and maybe there was like one other type of meat. And then the cat food also requires that. So we got to go fishing to make more cat food. I do have a lot of cats right now at my base. So let's go to the hunter.
Hello.
What's your wish?
Yeah, so this is the one that she is able to give you guys. And this is the improved fishing rod. So this, theoretically, I guess could be better than... Oh no, I don't have all the materials for it. I don't know where the icy brook is. It's a new color station. I think that's for a new quest or something. And I feel like that's probably something that you have to get in the Albanese summit. So we'll just go with the rod that I have on my personal crafting capabilities. I need to get string. Okay, so I got string in a non-magic chest. Do that. I'm friends with one of the voice actresses of an NPC. She's also, oh, that's nice. What's her Twitch name? That's kind of cool. And it's an NPC for this game? I always kind of wondered like how you get into that business.
Hey. Uh-huh.
All right, let me just put some of my stuff away. Go there. I crafted like that fishing rod, didn't I? Or did I not? Did I not do that? I don't see it. Did I totally forget to do that, guys? Oh yeah, that's right, because I didn't have the string on me. Okay, we got it. This all feels totally chaotic. I cannot wait till I, like, kind of organize myself a little bit better. Wait. I'm gonna put those guys in there. I usually have it like organized where it's like all plant materials, animal materials, and then like shroud materials are all together, but I haven't been great at doing that since I started my move. Okay. And then let's put the summoning staff away. Let's just put it in here for right now. Don't let me forget that I put it over here. All right, let's go to sleep. Just kind of make the daylight
Hey.
happen. My room, is this my room? Yeah, because I got the fireplace. All right. Okay. All right, let's go. So, there is a little pond over here. All right. Okay. How do we start this? So here's the pond. You'll find a couple of these all across the world. Like I said, this one is right between Fort Calvin and then Missbury Catacombs, which is right over there. This is actually one of my favorite regions because I just think this view of like the shroud and then like seeing the well kind of come through the shroud is just, it's kind of cool. And this area has changed quite a bit. I've kind of always put an altar here throughout the multiple times that I've had to restart this game. So yeah, I'm glad to see that there's a lake here because it really was kind of just always an empty space in the game. So they're making some utilization of it. So you can dive in, go underwater. As of right now, you cannot like pickaxe these things. Like you can't do that at all. And I think the update specifically says as of yet. So it might be an option. I do know once you kind of get into the Veilwater Basin area, there's something called a sieve that you can craft, and then that will help you. I saw people specifically using it to mine gold that's underwater, but I don't know if that's for all of the other materials that you can find. Meaning, I don't know if I craft a sieve, I would eventually be able to also mine that flintstone that's down below. Okay, one thing that took me kind of a long time to figure out because it's not very intuitive. Like, if I wanted to dive down again, I like immediately default to the Enshrouded controls where I just hit the left button to like dive down. That doesn't work. You have to hit C to go down. That's how you dive back down. Otherwise, you would have to get back onto the surface and then dive in again. So keep that in mind. It was not intuitive for me at all. It took me like a little bit of time to figure that out. I didn't see it even updated in like the, you know how sometimes you could figure things out when you go into settings and then the control tab and it'll tell you like how to do certain things. It's not there. So anyways, it's C will allow you to go and dive down again. And as I mentioned before, they said that there's some exploration that you could do. This is a pool that actually has a golden chest here. So that's kind of like an example of what they mean. But you should be able to get some things underwater. And as I said before, I don't know if there's scuba gear or any way that you could hold more oxygen. So I don't know if they have plans to have like quests that are underwater where you have to craft those items to like dive down, you know, at depths that are like deeper and stuff like that. So there's the water stuff. Okay, so let's try the, I haven't tried the fishing yet. Okay, so the tutorial says, oh, Alien Sun is the name of the Twitch streamer that is in an NPC voice actor for one of the Enshrouded characters. So go and give her a follow if you guys want to do that. Alien Sun. That's cool. What do you know what NPC she is? All right, I am hoping to God I do not need to equip this with bait. I don't remember seeing bait. You think you would have to do that with Emily, and I don't remember seeing that when we were going over the different recipes. So anyways, the tutorial says throw out the fishing line and wait for a fish to bite. Once Once a fish bit, quickly press left bumper to start reeling in. Okay, I don't know what left bumper means on a PC, but wait, throw it out. Okay, charge and throw. Aim. I do need bait. Let's see. How do I get some bait, guys? Do we want to try to go find bait, or do you guys want me to show you some of the stuff associated with the drains? So for example, I can show you how to fill this up to make it a little bit of a pool, and then I could show you how to fill this up, which is a small little pond that I crafted or constructed with my pickaxe. Cool. I will give you a minute. You guys are being awfully quiet. All right, I'm going to show you... I'm curious about this bait now. Let's see if, like, Emily has some bait. It's either, well, I guess it's either Emily would probably be able to do it, or the hunter, you would think. Let's see.
Hey!
Oi!
Hey!
Where's Emily? Hey, no, you're not Emily. Yeah, shoot. Let's go summon her. Is it in this one that I put it in? Oh, here we go. I can show you guys this, how to fill this thing. This one's empty. Okay, so you have to have it in your hand, and then you have to hold the left button. So you see, like, just above the hotkeys, it says water pouch, and then drink, and then refill. So to refill it, you just want to hold, I said the left button, it's the right button. So that's how you hold it. You could also fill it with at the lake. So I'll only fill it halfway, and then I'll show you how to fill it over by the lake. Emily, hey. All right, do you got fish bait? This looks like new too. Underwater overgrowth. Okay, do you guys see anything that looks like... I'm thinking maybe the hunter has it.
So?
How do you do bait? That is something I don't think I did not play around with enough. So I have no idea. I'm wondering, like, I'm sitting there like, can I just use like cat food as bait? I don't know how to make bait. I don't think you would be able to help me make bait for fishing. You know, I'm sort of wondering if it's a new survivor that would be able to help you make bait, but I'm really not too sure. That's the one thing I guess I'm kind of fudging on. So you need bait. for that. Maybe we'll stick a fork in that for right now. Maybe when we go to the Vale Water Basin, I'll be able to unlock some recipes for bait. That all seems super weird to me since you are able to make the improved fishing rod through the hunter. Like, intuitively, you would think that the hunter would be able to make the bait for you, but maybe it's just like an ingredient. Maybe there's a material that I need to collect or something like that. So let's go back to the whole playing field for the water feature. How to play around with water. Oh yeah, I know, the bots. I always get like bots that tell me that if I pay them money, they could give me like 1 million followers and stuff like that. This is a grassroots operation, okay? Not doing it. All right. So there's a couple of things for the playing around with the water at your base. First of all, you have these drains that you can make. And so these will drain your water. But then... Oh, you know what? I almost feel like I want to go back to the base just to show you with the blacksmith and the carpenter where to find these things. Because you could get this thing. This looks like a normal barrel, but you see how there's a spigot? So this barrel is collecting water. And I placed this, like, I don't know, 2 in-game days or whatever. So it's been collecting water since I crafted it. So it's about halfway full. And then you can get a pump through the blacksmith. So sorry to go back and forth. We'll go find those dudes again. Okay, so through the blacksmith.
Hey.
Find them up here. You could do a watering can. You could fill up with water, or a pump. I already crafted a pump. I actually crafted 2 already. So I'm not going to craft another one, but you do need some, like, pretty advanced things, you know, like making bronze bars. Basically, this means that you won't be able to craft one of these until you get into the Nomad Highlands, because you need tin and copper bars to make the bronze bars, and you can only find tin in the Nomad Highlands, as far as I know. I haven't seen it in any of the other regions. So this is a little bit more of an advanced craftable item. But then, where is... I think he stays put. He's right here. The thing that you need from him to build with water is the water barrel. So that's where you can find that. And you need wood planks, copper bars, and then charcoal. So, yeah. So I have those back at the other base location. So Cat B Ninja, when you say that you can't get into the game until you get home, are you like on vacation, or are you just like working? Alright, so I said that I would tell you guys how to fill up this thing with the pond. You have to kind of submerge yourself in the water, and then there you go, fill it up that way. This, when you go to the water to fill things up, it doesn't have like the prompt to tell you that you could do it. So item is fully refilled. It looks like even if you stand right here, you would be able to refill it. If your jar or your pouch or whatever was empty. So you don't have to like totally be in the water to do it, but it just doesn't give you a prompt. So you'll see the animation though. They kind of make that little like fill up animation to fill up the water. I don't know why that looks like it's taken forever. There we go. So that's filled up. Okay, so then we got the water pump. Now this is how you fill up your pools or your ponds when you're in the base. So we'll go ahead and just get those. The easiest way that I have discovered using them is you just fill them up like you fill the jar or the pouch or whatever. Oops, I totally thought that was not as deep as it actually is. All right. So it's again, right button to refill. And these hold a little bit more water, so they do take a little bit longer. You probably could also fill these with the wells too, but since I'm playing around with the water right here where there's a lake, we're just going to use the water that's here. We'll fill up this one too. I feel like I am not seeing that fill up with water at all. Do I need to go somewhere else? Oh God. Let's go over here. There we go. Oh my God, this is taking a while. Taking a while. Look at her. It's filling up the water. I don't know if you could like place it somewhere else and maybe it'll fill up faster. There, that fills up a little bit better. Okay. So if you want to fill it up faster, it looks like you got to kind of like submerge it a little bit more, like actually be in the water instead of like up here. Here we go. Okay, now you can, like I said, you can make a water feature where it's like a pond. So this is just the left button and you fill it up. Yeah, like it is filling up. Like there's some water here. And I swear to God, earlier today, this whole thing was filled up. So it should be filling up with water. Here we go. Okay, so you can fill it up like that, make it look like it's a nice natural pond. It seems like the water does stay put. Like I haven't seen anything that suggests it like infiltrates into the ground. So I think it will stay permanently like this once you fill it up. The other thing that I do kind of like, I guess it's kind of like a game exploit, is you can see that this pond is kind of half within the bounds of the altar boundary, half not, and you're still able to fill it up. Like this side is outside of the altar bound, so normally that means that you can't build anywhere outside of the boundary. But it looks like you can for a, you know, a natural looking lake or whatever. So I kind of found that interesting. And then you can make a pool if you wanted to, something that like just looks a little bit neater. This is just a very small space that I'm dealing with, but you'll see that I basically have it so it's a hole in the ground, and then I have it lined with some kind of building block. You could put building block down on the bottom, but I didn't. Just kind of depends on how you want to work with your build, and then you fill it up the same way. Like so. Oh, I'm out of water. Well, let's see. I just want to see. You should be able to fill up your stuff this way too. Yeah. Not a whole lot, but I was able to pull water from the water barrel into my pump. And it's the same way. right click to fill up your container, and then left click to just let it all out. Okay, I think that basically fills it up though, right? Okay. Yeah, so you can have like a nice little pool if you want to do that. And then the other thing is, I mentioned the drains, which you can do as a personal crafting item. You have the wall drain and then the floor drain. I was able to craft like quite a few of these, but basically, let's say, thought I want to use the wall drain first. Let's say I don't like how this water is filled up all the way to the top, and let's say I wanted to drain so that it's like just below that first step or something. You gotta make sure you have free space. Let's just put it like right there. So now it's gonna drain everything that is above the drain. So now you could just like, kind of have like a shallow kiddie pool, I guess, so to speak. And actually, I thought the water was going to be filled all the way up to at least that second stair going down, but it looks like it went all the way to the third stair. So it does, meaning it drains everything that is below like the bottom of the wall drain, essentially. Instead of like the top of the wall drain, which is what I was kind of aiming for, but I didn't do it. So we could try that again. How do I want to try to take this guy off. I saw a prompt for it very briefly. Maybe if I crouch? There we go. Crouch to pick it up. Okay, we'll fill it up again. Okay, so it's full. And then let's say we want to put it right. I don't know, can we do something like that? Yeah, looks like it's doing it. Yeah, so that's more of like the water level that I was intending to kind of get. So that's something you could do. The other thing is you can basically build in these lakes that are around Embervale. But it's kind of tricky, and you probably need a whole bunch of drains, but it is possible. So if I think I have one more. Hold on, I think I have a couple other floor drains. Yeah, I have like 9 of those. So if I wanted to drain this lake, which this is basically all in the bounds of my my altar area, I can place these down. And you will start to see this lake drain. It does happen. But the only thing is you can only drain them within the boundaries. Is that right? Let's see. I think out of here I can't place them. I could only do it within the buildable region. So we'll place that all the way down there. You see how that's like sucking? It's creating like a little suction. Yeah, look at that. And you can see like this this boat here is like no longer submerged, even though it once was. So what you could do is put an altar here, have it so it like covers the whole lake or whatever, and you literally could drain this thing, and then you can start to build. And then I'm trying to think, if you're just playing, I think it will fill up with like water if you like if it rains or whatever, if you remove these. but the lake will eventually fill up again if you remove all these after you're done with your build. There's also, like, I saw a video where some guy was he had his base built underwater, but if you open your door, then all the water comes into your base. So you could put the floor drain, like, right in front of the door. And so the water will, like, when you open up the door, the water will just go directly into the floor drain. So that kind of prevents your base from becoming flooded. So I thought that was kind of cool, but I do think you have to build with just walls. Using windows, you know, since there's not like a glass barrier in a lot of the windows, you need to basically just use walls. So, you know, people are mentioning that now we need glass to be something that is a building block so that we could actually see when we build underwater. But yeah, so that is a possibility right there. And this thing, I think this is actually, I think this single drain is going to, like, drain this whole lake. Let's see if, let's give this guy a little bit more help. Let me put it right here. Right there. I mean, it's going really slow, but I think it's doing it, guys. It's kind of crazy. I think, is this a new material? Paper reed. I thought it was gonna be cattails or something. I am curious if we, like, leave, because we could go check out the new biome and see if when we come back, if the lake is completely drained. See how that looks. And it looks like it's raining. It's gonna be raining. There's a storm coming. Oh. Well, I mean, this thing is draining. Let's see. Oh, this is like as much space as I really have. So this still might have some water in it just because I think the lake is a little bit deeper than where I can put these floor drains in, but I think you guys get it. You could drain a whole lake, build your base, and then let it fill up with water, then you have an underwater base. That's essentially like the whole intent of having those there. So let me look at my thing, my little handy dandy list. I think that was about it as far as the playing around with the water feature goes. Let's see. Yeah, I want to do the floor and the wall drain, the water pump. Yeah, we kind of are ready. Covered that. So then the only other thing that I figure we can do is just kind of check out this new biome. We could just go and explore for a little bit. It introduces a new enemy. You can also craft a water dispenser to have a reliable source of water instead of use. Okay, yeah, I know that there's like new factories that you can craft now where you could use water to like turn wheels and stuff like that. So yeah, this is definitely pretty rudimentary. But yeah, there's a lot of different options. I just don't think I've unlocked everything in its entirety, but I have heard about that too. So definitely more things to play around with. That's still there, so it's not infiltrating at all. All right, so we'll just kind of put some of this stuff away and then we'll head. Oh yeah, actually I wanted to show this too. I don't totally understand the point of this. These are water balloons. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a fun little thing to play around like with your friends if you're doing co-op, or if they actually do some damage to enemies. So let's go and say hello to some of our friends. I think there's like, oh, there's a lot of wolves. I don't want to deal with the wolves. Let's see what the scavengers do. Look at this. That's so cool. Okay, there is a scavenger camp, I think, up this way. Or we could go check out the VUCA over by Fort Calvin, too. Huh. I could have swore there was a little scavenger, like, I don't know if you want to call it like a guard gate or whatever. That path used to kind of have a little, outpost, I guess you could call it. All right, well, let's see what we got here with these guys. No, see, that didn't get him at all. Yeah, that didn't get him at all. I think these are supposed to be like a fun thing to play around with friends and stuff. I don't think it actually does any damage. Let's see how the VUCA respond to the water balloons. Let's see. How about this? Water balloon in your face. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, I think this is just meant to be a fun thing for you guys. Well, that was it. That's it. I only made 7. Got them. Okay, so yeah, I think the water balloons don't do any damage to the enemies. I think they're just a fun thing to make, kind of like how they have the fireworks and the firecrackers that you could make through, I think, the Alchemist and I think Valerie maybe. So that's a new item. I want to switch out these guys. Okay, so Vale Water Basin is an advanced area where they have this new enemy called the Hateful Drak, like D-R-A-K, and they're kind of like these amphibian type enemies. I feel like that they'll probably have like the same type of lore as the VUCA, in the sense that they're going to be built into the lore. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's this. I'm interested to see how they build the Hateful Drak into the lore. Because I feel like this game, for being early access and everything, its lore is pretty fleshed out. So I don't know if they always intended to have this region. Probably. It seems like it was always kind of like reserved on the map the entire time. But I'm interested to see how the lore explains their story or whatever, because with the VUCA, they were like these like cave dwelling animals or whatever, and the shroud is what pushed them kind of above ground, and they became a lot more aggressive towards people and stuff. It seems like since the Draks are much more aggressive, they might have a different story. So I'm interested to see how that's worked in, but that's neither here nor there. It's something that once you kind of explore the area, unlock the quests, you'll probably figure out. But from what I understand, you can either access the Vale Water Basin through the Albaneve summits, which I have done but I've heard that getting there via the Blackmire is much easier. So I figure we can go over to the Blackmire. Yeah, like these are the 2 points where it's a vantage point just above the new area. But I had read that if you go to the Blackmire, go to the Ancient Spire, and then kind of just go to the east, you'll hit a sand path and then just be able to walk right into the Blackmire. So let's try that. Let's just try to find it naturally, and then if it seems like I'm not able to find it, then we'll hit up some of the altars that I placed so that we could just drop right in. Because I do like to kind of know what is the natural way to get there instead of like, you know, pickaxing your way through the rock to get to a certain region. Okay, so east is this way. And like it literally, like you could kind of see it. It's like right over there. And I could already tell that the shroud is pink, so if we have to go through the shroud to get there, I'm not advanced enough to get through there. But let's see what happens. Oh, the document window is still up. Thank you. Okay, this actually looks like super new to me. What the hell? What is this? I mean, it's a new location. I just unlocked it. I don't know if I should go down. Let's just see. What's this way? Oh, that's the deadly shroud. What happens if I do this? Oh, I think, is this the bottom? Dude, okay, so these things are interesting because there's a bunch of these like buildings that are like ancient structures that are built in walls and they like never open up. And so I have been wondering what they're eventually going to be used for, and I just wonder if they're essentially saying this is like you know, it says ancient passages to the new regions, 'cause I feel like this is how you get there, but I can't really get there through the shroud. Oh, hi. Hold on. Oopsie. Yeah, I can't get through there, so I don't, this has got to be the passage to the new region. Okay, so we already went. Interesting. So I don't think I could actually get in there naturally. I feel like this has got to be the way to the new region. Like the enemies were about like 30, high 30s or whatever, which is the enemy level of, you know, the hateful Dracs that are in there. So let's just look at it on the map. You guys might be able to access there. I'm a level 6 for my flame altar, and it looks like I can't pass because of the deadly shroud, so we're gonna do it the other way. I kind of like the view from the Albanese summits, and this was pretty easy to get to. But here's like the vantage point. I don't think I've harvested these either. I'm still like super new to the Albanese area. So yeah, you could kind of see where the Blackmire is. And then the Nomad Highlands are right over here. And kind of see where it is on the map. So I guess let's go and dive in. Let's see. Gosh, it looks like the Ancient Spires is like straight ahead for it. I don't know where I want to go. I guess we could just dive right into this, the lake that's right here. Trying to see if I could see where like the natural passage is. Like this is where it looks like you can access it from the Albanese summits. Is that about? No, I don't think that's a path. There's the waterfall. Oh, so that's another thing too, because I was watching another, YouTube cover kind of some of the water features, and he mentioned somebody who's already playing around with this game enough where you can replicate a waterfall like at your base too. So lots of possibilities. One thing I haven't done, let's see if I unlock any recipes here. What about rock? Shell, limestone. Nice. Water dispenser. Oh, and yeah, you're right, actually, Abraxas. I do remember seeing a water dispenser. I can't remember who you craft that through. But I just opened one that is more in line with the basin area. Good to know. Let's go check out this fossil. So if there's like a specific area you guys want me to go check out, like we could go check out that town, just let me know. Kind of just exploring to see what's all here. Like, what is this? Underwater luminous growth. Blue pendant light 1 at the carpenter. That was like a dream catcher, it almost looked like. Nice. Let's see what happens if I chop this guy down. Can I chop you down? Oh, that looks like different wood. Tropical wood. I think all of the other logs totally fell down there. Irrigation gates, that's another thing that you can build with the water. Oh my lord. Oh, look at this. This looks like new material. Oh no. Well, that might be something you could grab. Oh no, I'm gonna die, guys. Oh no, oh no, no, no! Okay. That's scary. Let's go check this out. Ooh, look at this stuff. Aquamarine. Cool. Okay. These are like all new building materials that you'll be able to make too. Let's see. These people. Hateful Drac. These are their buildings. Okay. I feel like I hear them walking around right now. They're kind of jingling. Sure, I'll take those. Ooh, that's kind of a nice little building block. That's cute. Some more wood. Okay, let's go chop down the palm tree. Let's see what happens here. Okay, that's just palm wood. I think the same kind of palm wood that you could get in the Kindle Waste. Likuwala seedling? And half timber shell limestone block. Nice. Hear a wolf. Look at their stuff right there too. Ooh! Oh, did he just like... Oh, look at him. Let's see what kind of stuff he's got on him. Oh, I like that. I like iron. Oh! Look at what they got! Some new stuff. Ooh. Oh god. Oh, these are like the acid dudes. I hate those guys. Oh, this thing's gonna kill me. Do I need to go in the water? Well, they play with fire out here. Alright. Okay, I think I need to heal up a little bit. Alright, let's see what this, like, acid dude has. He's, like, one of the more advanced scavengers, right? God, you scared me. Alright. I think I'm, like, level 32. Look at this crab meat. Crab cakes at the farmer. Okay, we have to make sure we look out for anything that unlocks, like, fishing bait. I haven't seen that so far. Oh. Oops. Grilled crab. Can I, like... Oh, I saw that loot thing come up and I was like, oh my god, can I actually, like, ride this boat? You can't. All right, I saw some dudes over here. There's like some wildlife. Let's see what we got. Ooh. These are like the Snapjaw dudes. They're just not in the tar pits. That's fun. Alright. There is supposedly capybara. Water reptile leather at drying rack. Wow, okay, so these things are opening up like a whole bunch of new stuff. I mean, as expected. But I was saying there's capybaras somewhere around here. Let's go check out those dudes too. Oh, and I want to see if this tree will give me anything. Anything different. Oh, look at this! Do you see this? Look at these! You get frogs! That's cool. I don't know what I can make with the frogs. Can I make bait with them? People use frogs as bait for fishing. Let's see, a tiny frog. He could be your best friend if you didn't need to use him as fish bait. Found in the Vale Water Basin and especially helpful to catch epic fish. Let's see. Can Heather go fishing now? Oh my god, I have... That's how you get bait. Okay, let's see. Let's go fishing. Okay. I'll tell you guys again what the controls are on the PC once I do it again. Look at the fish! Oh, darn it. Oopsie, I think I pulled that in too quickly. Okay, so this is right click, left click, and then left, and then like you release the left click, and then that's what puts the line in the water. And now we're just waiting. There's the fish. Okay, I don't think he's... Oh. Okay, so it says once a fish bit, quickly press left bumper to start reeling him in. So I feel like he's not biting it yet. All right. Have you guys ever been fishing? I used to go fishing all the time growing up, but I haven't gone fishing in years. Okay, I am pressing the reel in button, so I don't know. This is a little hard. Oh, come on. Oh. This is like a different kind of fish. Huh. Okay, charge and throw, aim. Oh, that's how you do it. Okay, so it kind of tells you. Oh, I got a wet boot. Yeah, let's take it. Sure. We'll put that as a prop in my base, I guess. Oh man, that took my frog. The boot took my frog. Unbelievable. Okay, so I do think that animation comes up when the fish actually, like, catches onto your bait. So let's try to, like, do that again. I'm just gonna wait until I get that, that like circle thing that came up for the boot. There we go. Oh god. Oh. Okay. Okay. We got 6 more shots. I just want to put something like right there. It's kind of cool that you could see a whole bunch of different kinds of fish. Like we had a blue fish and then some things that kind of looked like large carp. And then this guy is like a striped fish. Okay, now what? What do I do? Move. Oh, you know what? This kind of reminds me... Oh god. Okay, it said I could A and D to move left and right. I was gonna say this reminds me a lot of the fishing controls in Myst Survival, if you guys have ever played that game. I don't fish a whole lot in that game, but it's kind of the same thing. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Oh god. Okay, so I think the whole trick here is you just... Okay, got it. Lake hopper. Sweet. I want to take you. All right. Yeah, so it looks like once the fish is on the hook, you get that little like circular thing that happens with the mouse, and then you kind of toggle between A and D on your keyboard. And I think the purpose of that is to try to prevent the line from breaking. So you don't want to like hit A when the fish is like all the way over there, because you're gonna stretch out your line and it'll break that way. And then you wait for that that circular thing come on the screen again, and then you just hit left button again, and then the fish is caught. So it's not that hard, but it's something that does require a little bit of practice, I think. I'm curious. I have 4 more frogs. Let's just see if I could do that again. Let's see if I'm better now. I want to take a drink. Okay, so now do this whole AD thing. I don't really know if there's a rhyme and a reason to this A and D thing. I guess you kind of just want the green line to go closer to the center, so it looks like I am winning right now. Hey! I didn't get that fish. I did something wrong. Reel in. I wonder if we could find some more frogs. That does kind of remind me, since it is nighttime, I kind of want to go into the Kindle Waste and then, well, the Kindle Waste is the only place that I could really think of. Because one thing that I did notice is, much like how the frogs, God, were kind of like out there, there's also pill bugs and then something called scapes. God. So these are the Dracs. They hate us for some reason. Alright. What do you got? Obsidian. So I could do obsidian arrows at the hunter now. And then Drac blood. Alright. These are some new recipes. Fireball 4. That's another thing that's part of the update. They started to put Roman numerals after, you know, certain spells and stuff like that, where there's like multiple tiers of them. Let's see, we already plucked this one, didn't we? What? I gotta chop that down? I feel like I hear bees right now, too. Yeah, look at there's bees. Let's see. I'm gonna go fish rod you guys. Alright, so was there like honey over here or what? This is where you could get that shroud relic I was saying when I first started the stream. Oh god. Usually when there's like a group of these fel, there's one of those archer dudes. Sharpened broad sword. So I kinda, usually they drop arrows, so I kinda wanna see if they'll give me some obsidian arrows. I don't think there's one here though. What's this here? Twigs. I think that was the group. Okay, so this is like a new plant. Let's see what these will yield. That's a different noise. Bamboo. I want to see if anything else unlocks. A wood block. Bamboo bench at the carpenter. Yeah, I'm really glad I'm taking my sweet ass time trying to finish this game. I like just being able to kind of discover these new things as I'm playing. And I have some options for my builds. Ah, there's an arrow guy. You should give me some arrows. Oh god. I think we're gonna melee these guys. That's what I meant to do. I wasn't able to do that there for some reason. I still have yet to see, oh, this is a new type of arrow. Look at that. Golden steel arrow. Nice. Level 42. That's a pretty good pickup. And new. But what I was saying was I still, like, don't know what the corrosive blood is used for. I've never crafted anything that it's needed for. So, do you guys know? Have you needed the corrosive blood for anything? Nope. Is there another guy? Nope, that's the mushroom. Okay, we got this. Pick. Passion flower. Oh, nice. Those are some of the potted plants that you can make. Oh, here's some crabs. Let's go see what they got. Oh, Oh, they're kind of cute. What do you guys got? Oh yeah, crab meat. Okay. And critter parts. Nothing really new. Can we pick anything here? Nope. Alright, let's go try to find some capybaras. Those are supposedly in this world. Oh, thanks for stopping by, Abraxas. We'll see you later. Alright, yeah, I think we're just gonna go check out the capybaras, because I do feel like, you know, we've kind of mined everything. Outpost Dark Water. Ooh, that sounds scary. Obviously, we'll see the quest at some other point, but let's see. I did see there was like a capybara grove is basically what it was called. Let's go up here because I think it was pretty darn close to this altar. Oh wait, this is the wrong one. We want to go this one, I think. Like no water. Okay. So where I am right now, right over there is Pike's Mead. Then this trail just kind of like disperses, but you could already tell we're kind of moving from the Revel Woods into the new region. Like the plants are kind of starting to change. What is that? What is that? What is that? Oh, it's one of those guys. No, it's fine. I want you to live. Yeah, there's like something called Capybara Grove or something. I'm just trying to find it. It was like right in this little area. It doesn't show up on the map because that's what I was trying to figure out, but it was like right over here somewhere. Ooh. Let's see if that looks new. What is this? Why is it pink? Oh, I'm in the Deadly Shroud. I see. That's why it's pink. Daylilies. Oh, there's one. There's Capybara. Look at him. And it's something you can tame. How cute. Oh, shit, you guys just came out of nowhere. What? Ooh, yeah, they got some pretty good attacks. Ew. Hey. Alright. Drac teeth. That's something else that they drop now, too. What's down here? Whoa. What is that? Oh, I don't know if I want to go down here. But let's go. Okay, so there's the deadly shroud. Oh, see, look at this. Isn't that crazy? I'm just flooding the place now. So weird. This is probably something you can make too. So what is this? This is like a hidden temple of some sort? It's the waterfall. Anything down here? I just want to find a capybara. I know we just found one. I just want to see if there's more anywhere. It's like a little temple that they have. Oh boy. That kind of looks new. But I think I need to take care of this guy if we're gonna see what that is. E. Alrighty. Drac scales. Enormous magic chest. And we got gold ore. Nice. That is right. I remember, I mentioned this before. There's supposedly a sieve that you can craft. I don't know who you craft it through, but that is one way that you can mine ore, or gold ore, 'cause it's only found, I think, underwater. This looks like something new, so I just want to see if this yields anything. I thought I saw like some fruit. I think that might be it. Alright, I think we'll find, try to look for a capybara, and then we'll probably end the stream. I do think that that kind of covers mostly everything that I really wanted to cover, as far as the update goes. Oh. Oh, that's more water. Oh, I bet you could, it looks like you could go down in there. No? Nope, just, I think that's just a dead end. So, I just wonder what the capybara meat looks like. That's mainly what I'm kind of curious about. I know it was like right over here by this thing. So we'll just try it one more time, and then we'll probably... Oh, maybe what we should do is we'll get a capybara, and then we'll go back to the base area and see if that lake has been drained. Pretty sure it's going to be drained. Buildings. Oh, there's some more. And this right here, I think this is gonna be the deadly shroud again. Yeah, that's so crazy. Ooh. Oh, okay, careful there. Alright, so we are gonna go and get a capybara. Oh, poor guy. The largest rodent. Capybara bristles. Okay, it didn't seem to unlock anything. Okay. So I think that about does it. I think as far as like exploring the area, obviously you guys are going to want to explore a little bit more on your own whenever you kind of get there, but this is the new region. Everything's catching my eye. I'm like, what are these things? These are new ruins. Is this like a hidden temple? I think so. These things are like, you dig down. And then there's usually a staircase in a corner somewhere. You just have to dig for them. Yeah, like right here. This is the staircase. Is that? That looks like a staircase, right? Yeah, there we go. That's how you get in. And close it right here. This one is nicely lit. A lot of these sometimes are like super dark. But they're basically just like one giant square. Sometimes there's like a coffin that has like a new building block or something, or like an advanced weapon or something like that. Oh, this? What is this? This is either a new recipe or it's lore. And then, oh my god, there's water down there. What the heck? Okay, well, there's this. Did you guys see that? Oh my god, that's dangerous. Alright. So I think you do need to be able to craft a sieve, because whatever is down there, that looks like the luminous like overgrowth or underwater growth that I unlocked when we first got into the area. But you can mine underwater. You just can't do it with your pickaxe anymore. I think it's the sieve. You need to get the sieve. All right. So what is this? This is Lord, new recipe. What is it? Ashes of Eternity. The undying flame I thought I was onto something here, but all it does is reduce creatures to ash and bones. Eternity in the afterlife, perhaps, but hardly what I intended. Adjacent to the large lake with the tower lies Gold Rock Saddle, just east of which another tomb should be hidden. The earth is arching over it. Oh, okay, so this is just telling us where another thing is to go find some stuff. I didn't see if I like updated or unlocked a new quest while I was reading that. So let's go back over here. We're gonna end it. I just want to check to see maybe if the rain barrel has filled, see how the lake is doing. Yeah, it looks like it is completely drained. Like all but just like some of those areas there. There's the chest. So it doesn't really require that many drains to keep the water down, which is kind of nice. That is just with 1, 2, 3. Yeah, just 4 drains. Oh, there's the 5th one. Yeah, 5 drains. And then, so this didn't fill up while we were gone, but I also don't know if it rained too much. So that's another thing that I was kind of wondering about, is if this would fill up while you're like out of the region. It kind of doesn't look like it doesn't look like it does. So you kind of have to be present for it to be filling. So that's about it, guys. Yeah, I'm probably going to try to turn this into a video and have it uploaded soon just to kind of do a summary of the updates. Hopefully with like minimal editing. But those are kind of like the main features of Update 7. So go play around, go explore. This is a really fun game, so get into it, and we'll just see you in the next one. If you are a visitor, I usually stream at 6:30 every Sunday, but right now I'm actually playing Icarus. I'm not doing Enshrouded, but I like this game a lot, so I like to cover the updates. But yeah, I think it's time to end the stream, and we will just see you in the next one. All right, thanks for hanging out, guys. See you later.